All right, good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. I want to thank Matt and Rachel for doing such a standout job, fantastic job covering you right on through the early morning hours into the morning. I'm just so proud of my team and not Mark as well, and just couldn't have a better team. Happy Valentine's, everybody. Hope you're doing well. What an amazing way to start our Valentine's Day. As we clearly take a look, you can see wind chills throughout the region. What's going to be happening is these winds will be picking up as the storm winds up, pulls away, pressure gradient tightens. And hang on to your hats. We're going to be talking about winds 30, 35 miles an hour tomorrow. There could be even some higher gusts. So that's what we're talking about as far as moving through. Throughout the region, boy, there's been a lot of changes here as far as downgrading from warnings to advisories. All you need to know at this point in time that there's still plenty of advisories and warnings throughout our area. But please be aware that we still have a bit of light snow in our area. May get a little bit of a break. Some places skies have brightened a bit. Back to our west, there's still a little bit by way of snow that could get into our area that still could give us a little additional accumulation, so we don't want to be let our guard down as far as that's concerned. As far as snowfall totals are concerned, what a great graphic. Anywhere, Bechtelsville, Lehighton, Allentown, Pocono Summit, Philly, and overall throughout our viewing area, we generally have seen on the low side 3 inches, all the way up Pocono's 8 inches. Most places in between in the 4, 5, 6 inch range. And boy, it has been an interesting event, hasn't it? We started with snow in the front end, picked up 2, 3 inches of snow. Then we got good amount of ice, in some cases 1 to 2 inches of ice, mostly sleet, some freezing rain mixing in. And then on the tail end here, a couple of inches of snow to top it all off. And again, we may not be done yet. Take a look at the past 12 hours, prolonged period of sleet and some freezing rain. Now, most of it has switched over to a little bit of light snow, and in some cases it came down a moderate and may not be completely done yet. We'll have to see. This is all kind of lifting up, but it's also pivoting back through, so we may still have to contend with a little bit of snow to deal with into the afternoon hours. So we don't want to let our guard down. I need to tell you this. Just coming into the studio here about a little 20 minutes ago, the roads are just absolutely terrible. And I mean, even I-78, you've got maybe one lane or 1.5 lanes that you can see the road, but there is 3 to 4 inches of slush and completely covered in the passing lanes. And on the on-ramps, off-ramps, some on-ramps and off-ramps are plowed shut. I mean, I think they're just getting out there doing it now. Many secondary roadways are just a disaster. So if you don't have to go on out there, you want to be sure to be very, very careful. In fact, I'm told in my ear right now, J.C. Kelleher is standing by in our traffic center. J.C., thanks so much for joining us. Tell us what you're finding out there.
Sure, Ed. Thank you very much. And the team actually did do such a fantastic job this morning. And I'm just getting 2 emails in. I'm going to read them to you real quick. Pennsylvania State Police alerting that I-81 is closed northbound at Route 380. We've got another one that comes in from the Pennsylvania Turnpike Authority, and they're advising that between Mid-County Interchange and Clark Summit, multiple accidents being reported on the northeast extension of the Turnpike. And in fact, now Ed just mentioned to you that on his way in, we had some problems. In fact, here, take a look at Route 309 southbound interchange toward Quakertown at Route 78. Here's vehicles just trying to get through whatever they can off the exit. Somebody plowing through with there in a 4-wheel drive. Disabled tractor trailer right here that went off the side of the road. Somebody tried to go around, and a vehicle off to the side, right to the front of the truck. Thank you very much, Gene. I appreciate it. And you can see some of the backlog there. So really allow the caution and time for your travels. It is very slick conditions across the region. I'm going to take you forward 2 shots over here, over to Route 33 and 78. And in fact, I'm going to go backward here to 2 cameras. Here's Route 78 and Cedar Crest Boulevard. And just to, you can't see it now off on the side there, but behind that, you can see some blinking lights run into the PennDOT logo. That's a disabled truck blocking the ramp there. We have an accident on Route 309 at the entrance, right off the exit from Route 22 westbound. Also on Route 22 at the entrance to the Pennsylvania Turnpike there at the Lehigh Valley interchange, accident causing some problems as well. You can see right here by the roadways, it's all packed down snow, the slush on top of it, ice on top of it, very slippery conditions. We're getting reports from the Allentown emergency services that 4th and Linden, 9th and Chew Street, disabled buses there, an accident at 8th and Linden, also at 8th and Hamilton Street. A part of the roadways blocked off and closed there. Route 309, Route 78, accidents still causing problems. Still a state of emergency in Carbon County right now, where you're not even allowed on the roadways unless there's some kind of an emergency or some kind of a problem. Emergency vehicles only across the region. I'm going to take you into Berks County real quick. where we're looking at the Warren Street bypass at the 183 interchange. Route 724 remains closed until further notice in Coomer Township between Route 10 and 176. Route 209 through the Jim Thorpe area, that's still closed between Broadway Avenue and Susquehanna. Folks, we can't stress enough. Stay alert. If you need to go out on the roadways, that's the only reason you should. Do not go out on the roadways unless it's absolutely necessary. We certainly want you safe over here. Stay tuned for more information. I'm J.C. Kelleher in the 69 News Traffic Center. Ed, would you take us out and give us some more weather information, please?
Thanks so much, J.C. Very much. Great information. And, yeah, we're just taking a look on our website, the PennDOT cams. We're just amazed at the snow-covered roads out there. Please use extreme caution. One thing to add to J.C., they're right there on 78 at the Lehigh Street interchange heading eastbound. It looked as though, again, that it was completely plowed shut, so you couldn't access 78 from Lehigh Street trying to get on westbound. So just a whole lot of messy conditions out there. This is how it looked 6 hours ago. Most places still was getting pounded with sleet, and lots of it. Now, since that time, watch, changing from pink to blue, and so we still have this blue snow. And boy, I'll tell you, some places back towards Trenton, still some bursts of heavier snow, but most of it now throughout our area generally lighter or light to moderate. And again, back towards Harrisburg, you still see a little bit. So what's going to happen here is things going to taper off a bit in the next hour or so. But again, I mean, temperatures, interestingly enough, Scranton, I'm looking over here to my right. Scranton, you're talking about temperatures around 12 degrees. Here in the Lehigh Valley, temperatures have risen now. Phillipsburg, Lehigh Valley, on into the Berks area to 32 degrees. So we're seeing a significant temperature gradient. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Places in the northern half of our viewing area having significant problems because those temperatures still well below zero, and in some cases in the teens. So very, very big time difference as far as temperatures are concerned. We've gotten to that 32-degree mark, and as you can clearly see, we may still have a little bit of snow to contend with. Let me step out of the way. Give you the next 24 hours. Windy periods of snow. Generally light, tapering off. Some moderate yet in there. Tapering off, though. Could be a little bit of sleet mixing in, and depending on where you happen to be, still could see another coating to an inch. And by the time it's all said and done, we may have a break here, and we may have a bit more snow to contend with in the afternoon. We don't expect a lot, but it's only going to add insult to injury as far as the roads, which are terrible right now. We're probably at our daytime high right now, but wind chills with the wind that'll be blowing around out there, 15 to 30, going to feel at or below zero. Tonight, make no mistake about it, anything that's out there, anything will freeze solid. Clearing, very windy, quite cold, low 12, west-northwest winds. Again, wind chills well below zero. That's what we've got right now. I got to tell you something. Conditions are not a whole lot better now. In fact, probably worse than where we were last night at around midnight. So it is nasty out there. And if you don't have to go out, stay put. Let those road crews, because they've got a lot of work to get out there. And I think overall, we were speculating. We heard some of the drivers out there saying that because we had such a prolonged period of ice and some freezing rain, they wanted to allow that first batch of snow to kind of soak it up before they get out there. So maybe they're just getting a much later start to get out there. But there's a tremendous amount of work to do to get those roads passable and cleared. So let them do their job. If you can just stay put, good idea to do that. I think it's going to get real nasty tonight. Tomorrow morning, I expect a lot of slippery spots and slippery conditions. Stay with us. We're going to continue to give you updates here as conditions warrant. Here at this point in time, what are we doing? Basically every half hour. So be with us every half hour and until the kind of things settle down. But we'll be here for you. And I thank you so much for staying with us. Before the first flakes fell, we were here. And I thank you so much for all the emails. Keep them coming in. Let us know what's happening in your backyard by emailing us weather@wfmz.com. Weather@wfmz.com. See you in a bit.